You already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Woo! Shout himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazon, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Paquete Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Hey, yo, it's been a roller coaster week in the sport of boxing. It's been a roller coaster week in the sport of boxeo. Terence Crawford, the 4th Division World Champion, 2 Division Undisputed, won a unanimous decision versus Mashromov. First outing in the 154-pound division, moved up. But there's a lot of people that didn't feel that was an elite, a Bud Crawford type of performance. He won a unanimous decision, but a lot of people also felt that Mashromov won. And a lot of people also felt that it was a draw. And a lot of people also felt that, you know what, that's not a performance in which you take it from the champion. You know, there's a myth in the sport of boxing that if you ain't take it from the champion, you shouldn't be crowned a champion. But let's also humble ourselves. That Mashromov may have had the belt, but he ain't never beaten on Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo, who was the undisputed 154-pound king. You know what I'm saying? He got stripped from these titles. Jermell Charlo's not a champion in recess for the person who's holding the WBA in, which is Bud Crawford. Hopefully they get that matchup and they settle their differences, because remember when Terence Bud Crawford had that epic performance, an epic accomplishment when he beat Earl the True Spence last year in the primary fight in the sport of boxing, and he beat him up from pillar to post. Damn it, he turned Earl Spence, the big fish, into tuna fish and aisle 9 on your local supermarket. Vegetable oil, water, you pick it. You know what I'm saying? He was looking directly to Jermell Charlo. So that was supposed to be the next fight in 154-pound division, but the Jermell Charlo went up there to dare to be great and face Canelo Alvarez, in which Bud Crawford is calling out Canelo Alvarez right now. Turki Alalshikh is calling out Canelo Alvarez and trying to offend Canelo Alvarez too. But Jermell Charlo went up there to face Canelo Alvarez, the king of the sport of boxing, El Rey de Boxeo, a future Hall of Famer, the king, the 4th Division World Champion, super middleweight undisputed, King Nello, a.k.a. Cartelo, a.k.a. Cash Nello, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. get the fuck out of here, man. And Turki Alalshikh, well, he's doing a good thing. You know what I'm saying? They was fighting in the Turkey card. Bud Crawford was fighting Mashromov in the Turkey card. That was a good card as well. And we'll talk about a little bit of about the card. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the card in a bit. But Turki Alalshikh wants to see Terence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. But let's be real. Let's be honest. That performance by Terence Bud Crawford did not justify the call out. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying it for quite some time. If you follow me, if you follow the podcast, if you follow the YouTube channel, Punch Drunk Boxing, you already know, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Y'all know, show support. I've been saying that this Bud versus Canelo is not even a fight. It's a mismatch, ultimate mismatch. And I understand why people wanted to see Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, because they was living in that illusion of, because that Bud Crawford performed well versus Earl the True Spence, everybody was on, oh my God. Oh my God. I think that Bud Crawford can actually beat Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, I really do. And everybody was living in La La Land, but it was my job to keep everybody level-headed. Hey, no, come back from the clouds, man. This is Punch Drunk Boxing. I'm your boy. Yeah. Y'all thinking about video game fights. Y'all thinking about fantasy fight. Boxing is good. Boxing, hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, 2023 was the best year in the sport of boxing, I believe, historically. You know what I'm saying? Arguably. So we was moving on up. We didn't have to think about fantasy fight because there was a lot of fights for everyone, especially for Terence Bud Crawford. But nah. It was so good that people already thought that Bud Crawford beat everybody in 154. It was so good that people thought that he could beat anybody in 160. It was so good that people was like, man, forget about David Benavidez and Demise Andrade and Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? And Jaime Munguia. Yeah, Bud Crawford just need to go straight into the king. Pause. And, I think that he could beat him because, Floyd Mayweather back in the days, you know what I'm saying? He beat him, so maybe Bud will beat him. And everybody want to compare Bud Crawford to Mayweather. And everybody want to compare Bud Crawford to Oscar de la Hoya because, damn, everybody was fascinated. Everybody was blinded. Everybody was a slave to the moment of when Bud Crawford beat Earl the True Spence. But it was my job, Punch Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine, my job to keep you level-headed. And I told y'all, folks, ain't no way that Bud Crawford is going to challenge Canelo Alvarez because Canelo Alvarez is just not great. Canelo Alvarez just not elite. Canelo Alvarez just doesn't have the best resume of this generation. Canelo Alvarez got one of the best chins in the history of the sport of boxing. And if Triple G couldn't hurt him, and Kovalev couldn't hurt him, Jaime Munguia couldn't hurt him, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, Daniel Jacobs couldn't hurt him. What the hell you think that Bud Crawford's going to do, the 147-pounder pounder? If the 154-pound king, undisputed king, Jamel Charlo, who is known as a knockout artist, knocked out Brian Castano, knocked down Jason Rosario, knocked down Harrison, he knocked out every opponent to be the king in the 154, and he couldn't even dent Canelo Alvarez. What the hell you think that Bud Crawford's going to do? What the hell y'all think was going to do? And y'all saw this past weekend, you all got humbled. You all got humbled. Terence Bud Crawford is great, and Canelo Alvarez is great, but that's weight classes for a reason. I am not going to force no damn Inoue. I'm not going to force no damn Inoue to go fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Stop it, y'all. That doesn't mean because you got good skills that you could beat everybody. You know what I'm saying? But in the end of the day, that's the roller coaster, right? So Turki Alalshikh, Canelo Alvarez felt offended by Turki Alalshikh because during the telecast, Turki Alalshikh said in an interview, he said, I sent Canelo Alvarez an offer, and if he's smart, he will take it. Canelo Alvarez said, ¿qué? Mira esos tigres. ¿Quién cree que yo soy? Yo soy Canelo. Usted no me va a decir, usted no me va a llamar como si yo soy otro boxeo. Yo soy el rey de boxeo. Tú me llamas con respeto. Tú me estás diciendo que yo soy estúpido. You're trying to say that I'm stupid if I don't sign? So then Turki Alalshikh went back and be like, hey, yo, that Canelo Alvarez is scared of Bud Crawford. That Canelo Alvarez is scared of David Benavidez, and started offending Canelo Alvarez because Canelo Alvarez ain't say yes. Because everybody in the sport of boxing is kissing the toes of Turki Alalshikh, in between the toes at that, licking the in between the toes of Turki Alalshikh. And you know that some rich people, now I just said some rich, because there's a lot of great, wealthy people that they're humanitarian, they give back, they got great hearts, they got big hearts, they help the needy, you know what I'm saying? But then there's other people with money, they got their nose up in the air. And let me say something about something about certain rich people. One of the words that they don't like to listen to, one of the feedbacks that they don't like and they can't take, because they could buy everything they want. They buy women, they buy material, they buy trips, they buy anybody, anything, any food, anything, the best medical, anything. Nobody says no to them. They got dog walkers, they got maids, they got butlers, they got chefs, everybody working for them. They got the money, right? One thing that they don't like to listen to is the word no. N-O. Oh my God. You said no to me. He said, Canelo Alvarez said no to me. Who the hell he think he is? Who in the hell he think he's talking to? I'm the excellency. I am the excellency. I'm Turki Alalshikh. Canelo, everybody say it to me. Everybody say it to me. Barbara said yes to me. ESPN says yes to me. Frank Warren says yes to me. Eddie Hearn said yes to me. Everybody in the car say yes to me. Everybody say yes to Turki Alalshikh. I am in the Hall of Fame already in 1 year and a half. I'm in the Hall of Fame. But is not in the Hall of Fame. Eddie Hearn is not in the Hall of Fame. Oscar De La Hoya as a promoter is not in the Hall of Fame. I'm Turki Alalshikh. I'm in the Hall of Fame already. How dare Canelo Alvarez telling me no if everybody's telling me yes? And that's the thing. They got Turki Alalshikh. Yeah, la, Mr. Aladdin. Ring, 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 ding, ring, ding, ding. Come to my smoke shop if you really think you could really punk us. I don't want deodorant. Light it up, I put a bomb in your cigarette. You don't want to talk about me? You're never going to ride in my yellow taxi. He couldn't take the no from Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez was treating Turki Alalshikh like he treated Demetrius Andre in that infamous press conference. You don't want payday, get there. Fuck out of here. Payday. Get the fuck out of here. I got money too. Don't get Cartelo going. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you that some fighters, some great fighters, they reinvent themselves, right? Just like Muhammad Ali was the Louisville Lip, and then he became the greatest, right? Just like Floyd Mayweather was Pretty Boy Floyd, and then he became Money May. Just like Bernard Hopkins was the executioner, and then he became the alien. Sometimes fighters reinvent themselves. And now Saul Canelo Alvarez is Cartelo. When he turns to Cartelo, you already know. Because I'm telling you, like, I love that infamous press conference with Demetrius Andre and Canelo Alvarez, because I believe that Demetrius Andre is the one that brought out the Cartelo. He fired his translator right there. Canelo, ¿por qué tú me estás votando a mí? Porque yo sé hablar inglés. Yeah, I know how to speak English. Pero Canelo, yo no tengo trabajo y tú me estabas pagando bien. You was paying me good money. I don't need you anymore, okay? I know how to speak English, okay? So get the hell out of here, right? No 401k for you. No 401k for you. Get the hell out of here. And help somebody out que no sabe hablar inglés. I know how to speak English. Look at me. Shout out to Big Boy TV. That was a great interview with Canelo Alvarez. One of the funniest interviews with Canelo Alvarez when he was just cursing. He said, what's your favorite curse word? He said, mother, bitch, mother, bitch, mother. Canelo Alvarez is funny, bro. But I'm on the side of Canelo Alvarez on this one in reference to his battle between him and Turki Alalshikh. I'm with Canelo on this one. The hell Turki Alalshikh think he is going to be coming around and trying to regulate because he got money. He's a control freak. That's what it is. Turki Alalshikh is a control freak. And if he can't control something, you know what I'm saying? Come on, that's like your baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Your baby mama can't control you and stuff like that. She can't control your heart. She can't control who you like. She can't control who you attracted to. She can't control your woman, right? The woman that you got right now, how you moved on. So she's trying to regulate your pockets, and she's bitter. She's like a bitter baby mama and family code. You already know how that is. And that's Turki Alalshikh. He done said to an order to me. Yeah, I said no to you. I don't need no damn money. And I already got gasoline station in Mexico. I already got cash. I already got my partners and stuff like that. And that's why Turki Alalshikh is mad. And Turki Alalshikh got to be way more mad because he knows that he needs Canelo Alvarez as well as an attraction. Because the recent numbers is reported by Kevin Iole from Yahoo Sports that they lost $10 million in that last event. $10 million. 10 mother effing million dollars you lost. It was a packed card, and you had Eminem. And there was a lot of people out there that, there was a lot of, not, I was going to say sponsor, but sources that told me that they was giving out tickets like crazy. They was giving out tickets like a Christian pastor was giving out flyers in the corner of Broadway 181st Street in Manhattan. He was just giving out, they was giving out tickets like the pastor was giving out flyers. Like that. And I heard after the Eminem fight, people was walking out. In the middle of Bud Crawford versus Masvidal, I heard hundreds was walking out. People was mad. They're like, Eminem only performed, 3, 4 songs? That's it. I'm out of here. For the purists, that was a good ultimate chess match. I like the fight. But for the casuals, and for the casuals that was there for like 8 hours, they're like, man, we out of here. We out of here. They should have put Bud Crawford versus Masvidal before Eminem, to be honest. Or at least they should have had Eminem walking out Terence Bud Crawford like he walked him out versus Earl Spence as well. You know, would have kept that same energy, right? And then people would have been like, oh, yo, he's affiliated with Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Let me watch him. Let me support him. Let me not walk out on him. But we all know that now after that performance, people are back in reality. Now they're talking like I was talking. Now they talking like I was talking. A potential fight with Bud Crawford is going to be Virgil Ortiz. Yes, Virgil Ortiz is going to be performing today and stuff like that. We're going to go live and analyze the fight because, of course, just like Bud Crawford needed to justify his call-out, his Canelo Alvarez call-out, people was looking at his performance, right, to see if it's justified. Just like we was looking at the performance of Shakur Stevenson versus Artem. Damn, we gauging. How's he going to look with Tang? Just like Teofimo Lopez versus Steve Claggett. He's calling out Bud Crawford. How's he going to... You know what I'm saying? So I think the statement is not there. I'm not saying that these people are not in position, but Bud is not in position. Bud is just thirsty for a fight. You could and Bud keep talking about his account, his money. He's desperate for the money. He's desperate for the payday. But Canelo Alvarez is making. I already make money. Canelo Alvarez already said in the Breakfast Club interview, I take 80%. It wasn't the Breakfast Club. No, it was with the Sway interview. He said I take 80%. 80%. I take 80% of your hot dog. Pause. I said that. Not 80% of your hot dog. The nacho cheese, the stands. I'm talking about the food in the stands in the arena, man. Stop talking about that rainbow-ish, man. There's a lot of rainbow-ish going on. Did you just see the Olympics right now? We're going to be talking about that. I told you it was a roller coaster week. Talking about rainbow, talking about Skittles, taste the rainbow. That's what they're trying to do. The Skittles Army is trying to make everybody taste the rainbow, damn it. I ain't tasting your damn rainbow, all right? You fruitcake, you Fruity Pebbles. What's wrong with this community? Ike Turner that was beating a bunch of Tina's Turners in the Olympics is now the gold medal welterweight champion of the world, Emain Khalif. Y'all already know there was controversy. She was she, whatever. Man, that man was disqualified last year. Gender screening, gender test, got him. He's an XY chromosome individual. But because the Olympic was in Paris, and in Paris, oh my God, the freaks come out at night. The freak comes out at night. The freaks come out at night. Oh yeah, they freaks out there in Paris. You saw the Olympic opening ceremony. Did you see the avatar? Did you see the pájaro avatar? Remember the guy that was dressed in all in blue with a beard? Now they got homo avatars now. But it's not funny though. It's not funny because when you see the photo and then you had one of the guys that had his genitals out. It was crazy, man. And then you had a little girl, the little blonde girl and stuff like that, little child right there. That was crazy. That was nasty. I don't understand what's going on in the world today and why there's people, adults, men that just stand by and just let this thing happen. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's unfortunate where we at in life right now. It's unfortunate. How we let this 0.2 people try to regulate normal people. Normal people. I'm telling you, it's going to go through epic proportion. I told you the devil got trick up his sleeve. I think that there's too many weak men. Too many beta males. We're not standing up. We're not being the extension of God the way that we're meant to be. The way that was meant to be. The way that we was created. We were supposed to be the extension of God. We was created in God's image, bro. And now all of a sudden there's too many weak men. Real men don't want to stand up no more. It seems like men has become bored collectively. How we gonna let these weirdo, these abnormal people try to regulate the world, try to regulate the schools, try to regulate your job, try to regulate even churches. Even churches, you got the Skittle flags hanging out next to the American flag. They even coming up with the new Pledge of Allegiance. It's crazy. I pledge allegiance to the flags of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under laws and the liberty for justice and for all. That's gonna be the new pledge of allegiance. Your child gonna be saying that, bro. I mean, it's funny, but it ain't funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. And now, Emain Khalif is gonna be the poster boy of women boxing. He's gonna be the face of boxing. He's gonna be the face of boxing. Put it that way. The Ike Turner of the Olympics of women boxing is gonna be the face. He's gonna get endorsement deals. He's gonna get Nike. He's gonna get Bud Light. He's gonna get all of the endorsement. Damn it. He's gonna get everything. Gonna be in a Wheatie box. And everybody was just justifying it. Everybody was feeling sorry. Oh my God, they're bullying him. I mean, her. They bully. She's a she. He's a she. Who cares? Who cares about her gender? She worked hard. She worked hard. Damn it, I'm confused myself. It's crazy, y'all. They didn't give a damn about the ladies, the women, the young women that was working hard to be in that type of position. You know how hard it is to make it to the Olympics? And especially in the sport of boxing, it's hard to make it to the Olympics because you got to go through Golden Glove Nationals, Olympic trials. It's not easy. I'm going to say it like this. To get a gold medal in boxing, to even be an Olympian, it's harder than actually winning a world title in the professional level, the little trinket belts. It's more difficult than that. This dude going to come out of nowhere and beat the ladies. And ain't nobody going to be talking about it. It's crazy. Only Punch Drunk Boxing. I'm saying like this. They already shadow banned me on YouTube talking about it. That's why you got to go to my channel, subscribe to the channel, and keep on smashing the like button and share the damn video because we got a message out here. And our message is that God is first and everything second that we need. I know. Look, I've been taking baby steps towards God. Like I know what God has done for me. I know that God is great, and I'm taking my baby steps. But you know what? I need to start taking long strides. As a matter of fact, I need to start jogging. As a matter of fact, I need to start running. As a matter of fact, I need to start sprinting. And that's what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen. We need to sprint back to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Cristo. But let's continue on with, because I'm going to get tight. I'm going to get tight. My message is, man, we got to wake up. And we got to take our position back. You already know the order. Christ and man over woman, woman over children. We gotta go by God's law already, man. For real. It's getting crazy out here. But in reference to the Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford situation, a matter of fact, it's not a situation. But Canelo Alvarez did say, if Bud Crawford, how about you give Teofimo Lopez an opportunity? Canelo Alvarez said that Terence Crawford should fight the person that will be the most accomplished fighter in his resume, Teofimo Lopez, the two division lineal champion of the world, 135 when he beat Vasily Lomachenko. When Vasily Lomachenko was regarded pound for pound, 1, 2, 3. You can flip it around. That was the undisputed lightweight championship bout. Don't let these people in the sport of boxing trying to neglect that because it was the franchise. At the end of the day, we already know who was the champion. We already know there was an undisputed. And then he moved up to the 140-pound division and beat Josh Taylor, who was undisputed, and just vacated his belts because he didn't want to pay no damn sanctioning fees. But at the end of the day, we know who was the king, who was the undisputed. And then Teofimo Lopez walked to Josh Taylor in the 140-pound division and beat Josh Taylor. And for the people that's saying, oh, Teofimo Lopez is not, he doesn't deserve Bud. He doesn't deserve Bud. Oh, yeah, but when Josh Taylor became undisputed and beat Jose Ramirez to become the man at 140, it was a great option for Bud Crawford. And around that time, ladies and gentlemen, we was talking about three fighters of a potential fight for Bud Crawford. Realistic potential fight for Bud Crawford. It was three names. It was Earl the True Spence, of course, the fight that we all wanted to see, and that was justifiable. It was Virgil Ortiz, who was in the WBO, close to mandatory position, but the politics of the sport of boxing skipped it. I mean, they let Sean Porter skip one in which he was not even in the rankings. And it was Josh Taylor who became undisputed at 140, just like Bud Crawford became undisputed at 140. And it would have been, and remember, they came face to face. Josh Taylor and Bud Crawford. So now Teofimo Lopez beat the guy in Josh Taylor. Now he's the man at 140, calling the man at 147, and now everybody go and get a titty attack. No, Teofimo Lopez, no. Why now is Teofimo Lopez is getting these type of snub? Is getting snubbed by the people, snubbed by the pound for pound list, snub. Why? Because of Teofimo Lopez, because he talk his ish, because he's confident. What happened? People don't like people that's confident no more. Teofimo Lopez is the same dude that was calling out Vasily Lomachenko, and everybody thought he was green. Nah, he's green. The only way that he beats Lomachenko, only he got a puncher's chance. There's no way he gonna outbox Vasily Lomachenko. Oh yeah, he outboxing him, and I told you that too. I told you that was my prediction that he was gonna outbox Vasily Lomachenko. And a lot of people didn't think he was going to beat Josh Taylor. He was an underdog versus Vasily Lomachenko. He was an underdog versus Josh Taylor. And before the fight with Josh Taylor, when he fights Sandor Martin, he questioned himself. And it got the whole world, the boxers saying, man, he ain't ready for Josh Taylor. You heard what Teofimo Lopez said. He questioned himself. Yo, he said, does he still got it? He's not ready for it. Matter of fact, it went so far of people saying that he wasn't ready that they did start a petition for the New York State Athletic Commission not to let Teofimo Lopez fight because people felt that he was not mentally stable. Crazy, right? Crazy. And what he did to Josh Taylor, beat him. What's the reputation? What's the fair reputation of Teofimo Lopez? Many people are saying that Teofimo Lopez does not perform to the level of his competition. That's why I don't want to see Bud, because like he performed with Jermaine Ortiz, look how he performed with Sandor Martin, look how he performed with George Kambosos, look how he performed with Nakatani. But how did he perform versus Vasily Lomachenko, who was the lead fighter and arguably the pound for pound number one? How did he perform versus John Taylor? Great versus Loma. Great versus Taylor. And what you think, Teofimo Lopez, how you think Teofimo Lopez is going to perform when he fights at the level of his competition? Oh, no, you can't contradict yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You can't contradict yourself if he fights to the level, if he performs to the level of his competition. So you already know Terence Bud Crawford versus Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is going to perform and perform huge under the bright lights. Because when the lights is brighter, the performer is bright. Brighter than Michael Jackson. Brighter than Sammy Sosa. But of course, he's going to be the underdog just like he was versus Lomachenko and Josh Taylor. But who cares? What happened to that feeling, the boxing fans? What happened to, you know what I'm saying, the underdog story? Huh? That's why we like the movie Rocky, because he was an underdog. That's why we love Rocky Balboa. That's what we love. We love those type of stories. The people that get the match, in the history of the sport of boxing, the fighter that gets the most props is when he match and exceeds the expectations more than anything. The one that exceeds the expectation, the Manny Pacquiao became an 8-division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the son of the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all. Mayweather, 5-division world champion. Oscar De La Hoya, 6th-division world champion. Thomas Hearns, 7th-division world champions. Roy Jones Jr. became a heavyweight champion of the world. 4th-division world champion. Started at 154-pound division. Canelo Alvarez. Floyd Patterson. Even Mike Tyson being the smallest heavyweight in this time. Short. Beating all these giants. Why, when it comes to Teofimo Lopez, is now people don't allow him to be great, knowing that he already did great things in the sport of boxing because he was the underdog. I've been telling y'all since day one that Teofimo Lopez is the commander-in-chief, the captain of the generation, because he the one that set the tone, ladies and gentlemen. He the one that set the tone of this generation. We started seeing undisputed after undisputed after undisputed after undisputed. But Teofimo Lopez set the tone. And isn't that generation, when we're talking about his generation, I'm talking about the Devins and the Shakurs and the Tanks and the Ryans and the Boots and the Virgils and the Bam. Shout out to Bam Rodriguez. He set the tone, bro. Let him get that work. Let him get that smoke with Terence Bud Crawford. And Terence Bud Crawford is looking for money. You telling me that if they announce Teofimo Lopez versus Bud Crawford tomorrow, and they got the promo is on a Monday, that would be, everybody will be tuning in, bro. Everybody will be tuning in on the promo. And the good thing about it is that Teofimo Lopez is not afraid of Terence Bud Crawford. Teofimo Lopez is calling out Bud Crawford. Teofimo Lopez is the only one that's calling out Bud Crawford with his chest. With his chest. No hair on his tongue. Stepping up to Bud Crawford. There's a clip out there that Teofimo Lopez Sr. was and Teo was stepping up to Bud. And Bud called the security, "Hey, yo," and walked away. It's always been something when Teo was calling out somebody with that type of passion. He sees something in Bud. He sees holes in Bud that a lot of people in the sport of boxing is not seeing right now. He saw it in Loma. He saw it in Taylor. And he see it in Bud. And you know what? As much, y'all already know I'm a supporter of Teofimo Lopez. And I respect Bud Crawford and a lot of great fighters, of course. But Teo's my guy. Win, lose, or draw. I know Teofimo Lopez is a guy that's willing to die in that ring. And I know a lot of fighters be like, yeah, I want to die in that ring, man. Some fighters take a knee and they save thyself to live another day, another fight. Teofimo Lopez wants to be greater than great. And the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the resume. The proof is in the accomplishment. Those lineal titles is the proof that Teofimo Lopez is in the pursuit of being greatness. And the takeover is the reason why he is Teofimo Lopez. He wants to take over, and that's his name. He's not here to just to participate. He ain't here just to be the good. He's not here to be decent. He's here to take over. And to take over, he needs to fight Terence Bud Crawford, which people believed as arguably he's the best boxer in the sport of boxing today. But people did get humbled this past weekend. So it's been a roller coaster. Y'all already know that Canelo Alvarez is going to be facing Edgar Berlanga September 14th. Y'all already know that Virgil Ortiz is going to be fighting tonight. But let's talk a little bit about the Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga. A lot of people saying that Edgar Berlanga doesn't deserve Canelo Alvarez. And you know what? I see a lot of contradiction when it comes to Edgar Berlanga and Canelo Alvarez. Yo, we want to see Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez. I want to see that fight too. I want to see that fight. But why we want to see the fight? What's the argument of that fight? That he was a champion? That David Benavidez was the champion in 168 before Canelo Alvarez, but he lost it in the way and he lost it on his nose when he was sniffing coke. You know what I'm saying? So he lost his position. But then what's the argument? Well, David Benavidez is in mandatory position. Well, what's the argument for Edgar Berlanga? He's in mandatory position. What was the argument for David Benavidez? He's knocking everybody else out. What's the argument for Edgar Berlanga? He's knocking everybody else out too. So what's the problem? What's the problem? Come on, y'all. We got to keep the same energy. We got to keep the same energy. We got to keep the same energy. Oh, right, because you got more. Yes. David Benavidez has beaten better fighters in 168. He did beat Caleb Plant, but just like we're talking about Bud with his performance versus Mashramov, we talking about Shakur with his performance versus Autumn, T.O. his performance versus Claggett. David Benavidez didn't perform to the highest of the highest versus Caleb Plant. He didn't outperform Canelo Alvarez when he fought Caleb Plant and became undisputed. But Jaime Munguia outperformed Canelo Alvarez when he faced John Ryder, thus him getting the fight because there was more of it at that moment. It was just as good as a David Benavidez fight. Yeah, in the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez have already separated himself from his contemporaries that nobody around around the 160, 168, even in 175 has done 20% of what Canelo Alvarez has done in his career. It's no damn way that you could shame Canelo Alvarez with none of these fighters right now. Now, we want to see a fight. We could be frustrated as boxing fans. Yo, man, I want to see the fight. I want to see the fight. Now we acting like Turki Alalshikh, all bitter. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm not going to shame Canelo Alvarez over nobody. Because none of these, like I said a lot of time, this is not, David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez is not your Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. It's not icon versus icon, pound for pound versus pound for pound, champion versus campeon. It's not. It's just another high-profile mandatory fight. That's what it is. So I'm not going to shame a 4-division world champion for the guy that's not even on. David Benavidez is not even on the pound for pound. Edgar Berlanga is not in the pound for pound. Jaime Munguia was not in the pound for pound. Edgar Berlanga, David Benavidez, Jaime Munguia, none of them are champions. None of them right now, if they retire right now, is walking into the Hall of Fame. So what's the issue? What's the problem? Let Edgar Berlanga get his fight. He put him in, and shout out to his team. His team put him in the position to get the Canelo Alvarez fight. He signed with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing said, I'm going to promise you a Canelo Alvarez fight. And he came through fruition and got him the fight. That's it. Why y'all mad? If Canelo Alvarez whoop him, he whoop him. If Edgar Berlanga upsets him, he upsets him. And then we moving on into a new page in the sport of boxing, a new face in the sport of boxing, a new cash cow in the sport of boxing. The Puerto Rican fan base, who's been the one of the most lucrative and supportive fan base, especially in this side of the pond, is going to be back to their glory days. Just like, and the best rivalry we keep on saying is Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Now, Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden One, the 6th Division World Champion, one of the best promoters and fighters in the history of the sport of boxing, downplayed Edgar Berlanga. Downplay, but that was not fair by Oscar De La Hoya. And I like Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is cool with me. But being cool with Punch Drunk Boxing is that you will let me be real. If you don't want to let me be real, then you ain't cool with me. Then you one yes man. But Oscar De La Hoya, he was on Punch Drunk Boxing channel. I did an exclusive one-on-one with Oscar De La Hoya because he respect my take. He respect my realness. He respects the facts that I be putting out. He respects the videos. He respect my passion for the sport of boxing, and he know I got no hair on my tongue. So when I say, you know what, Canelo Alvarez, I'm sorry, Oscar De La Hoya stated that Berlanga, that he's not claimed by the Puerto Ricans. Now, of course, Edgar Berlanga was not born in Puerto Rico, but he's a different Puerto Rican in terms of there's Puerto Rican. I'm from New York. There's New Yorkers that they just identify as being Americanized. That they say Puerto Rican only in the Puerto Rican Day Parade, but they don't go to Puerto Rico. They don't know how to speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? But Edgar Berlanga is Puerto Rican. His family is within the roots. They got it in their blood. He know how to speak Spanish. You know, he showed love in the festivals and stuff. They love and the Puerto Rican people was coming out and supporting Edgar Berlanga. He goes out there to Puerto Rico. He does chill with Tito Trinidad. He's a back and forth going to from the island, from the States and stuff like that. So yes, he is Boricua. He's Boricua. They have gravitated towards him. Puerto Rican celebrity has gravitated towards him. The island has gravitated towards him. Being co-signed by Tito Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, he got more supporters. Edgar Berlanga has more supporters than the born Puerto Rican in Subriel Matias. Yeah. Have you gone to a Madison Square Garden fight with Edgar Berlanga? I'm telling you, folks. So I think that Oscar De La Hoya was wrong by saying that they don't claim him. You know what I'm saying? I know that Oscar De La Hoya didn't like when people were saying that Mexicans don't claim him, especially when he fought Julio Cesar Chavez. But before that, the Mexican people loved him. But when you went up against your you know what I'm saying, the hero in Mexico and Julio Cesar Chavez, then people wanted to, you know what I'm saying you're not Mexican. Why would you do the same? You didn't like that. You didn't like that. But I think that Edgar Berlanga is not about if he's gonna win the fight. It's about that he put himself in position for that fight. And if he put himself in position for that fight, we're talking about mandatory. We're always trying to talk mandatory, right? We justified the mandatory position in which Earl Spence was with Kell Brook. We wanted him to get the fight. Everybody wanted to see Boots Ennis. Well, everybody wanted to see Boots Ennis get a fight with Bud Crawford and get Earl Spence because he was a mandatory position for Earl Spence, right? But guess what? People wanted to see. There is people out there that wanted to see Vasily Lomachenko and Devin Haney because Devin Haney was about to be in mandatory position. People wanted to see Jamal Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez because he was in mandatory position in the 160-pound division. People wanted to see Zurdo Ramirez versus Bivol because he was in mandatory position. So why not? Why not? People wanted to see Dillian White versus Tyson Fury because he was a mandatory position. So when it's Edgar Berlanga, he doesn't get the same just do it. It's not keeping the same energy. Why? I don't like Edgar Berlanga because he's within the coach and people and he got some swag and people may see like he's cocky, but he's confident though. Why people want to act? Why there's people don't like confident people. I noticed that there's a lot of people that don't like confident people. What you want Edgar Berlanga to be like? Let me take these earrings and these chains off, man. I'm just a bum. I'm just a bum with an opportunity. Nah. Hopefully, it's an entertaining fight. A lot of people was talking. I was talking ish about the John Ryder versus Canelo Alvarez. But you know what, man? That was probably the most exciting fight that I've seen from Canelo Alvarez. It was more exciting than the Triple G fight. It was more exciting than the Bivol fight. It was more exciting than the Jamel Charlo fight. It was more exciting than the Jaime Munguia fight. Hey, maybe Berlanga is going to bring that type of fighting spirit like John Ryder. Maybe. We don't know. But we'll see. And a lot of upsets happening in the sport of boxing. Let's not forget, Buster Douglas did beat Mike Tyson. We've seen upsets in the sport of boxing. You ain't think El Viejo, the boogeyman of the 140-pound division, was going to knock out Davies and really he beat Rowley. You ain't believing the old man. Bingo. You ain't believing the senior citizen in the 140-pound division. Borrazo. That's the real boogeyman in 140. I know people want to say they ain't trying to. Oh, but speaking about Teofimo Lopez, he's willing to fight Brian Norman Jr. moving up to the 147-pound division if Bud Crawford vacates his title that he still got in the 147-pound division, the WBO title. But it's been a roller coaster, man. It's been a roller coaster. The 154-pound division is exciting, is deep, is stacked. The 140-pound division has been playing, is like musical chairs right now. 3 months ago, we had Tio, Matias, and Haney, and Pitbull Cruz. Wow. And then now we got Tio, the last man standing. Paru is new. Rayo beat Pitbull Cruz. And Puello got elevated. It doesn't seem, it's not magical matchups. It's not magical matchups. It remind me of the super featherweight division when Shakur Stevenson beat Oscar Valdez, and then there was a potential fight with Gutierrez. There was it was a Guillermo Gutierrez, and then there was a potential fight, I believe, with I think it was Joe Cordina or something like that, and Bob Arum said, "Well, nobody wants to pay for the fight." Because Shakur Stevenson could have been well in pursuit of becoming undisputed in the super featherweight division, but it was not sexy matchups, to be real. And the 150 and 140 pound division is like, damn, we had the potential with Tio Matias and Haney and Reed is gonna be facing Steve what's his name, Catterall. They postponed the fight, but that fight is still gonna come through fruition. Catterall that beat Josh Taylor, but it is what it is already. A lot of people will still want to see who Tank gonna be fighting. You know what I'm saying? The Tank fight with Lomachenko that fell in negotiations. Lomachenko wants a break or wants to, you know what I'm saying, reevaluate his career and what he's doing. And I think that Vasily Lomachenko really I don't think he want to fight no more, to be honest. I think he done it all. I think he had a long career, had one of the best amateur career in the sport of boxing. Even if he didn't become pro, he was going to be in the Hall of Fame because of his amateur career. So we want to see what Tank. I mean, I think with Tank, nobody's even shaming Tank to fight anybody. It's weird. Like, everybody got to do some work. Like, look at what Canelo Alvarez has done, but people want to shame Canelo Alvarez with two. I said the other day, Canelo Alvarez got to fight Goliath and David. David from the Bible and Goliath from the Bible. And I'm just saying in reference that David Benavidez, the tall, big Terminator in 168, 175. That's Goliath. He got to fight him. People shaming him with him. And then people want to shame him with David, the little guy, and 147-pound, the undisputed in Bud Crawford. Like, he got to cover all that ground. He got to cover 147, 154, 160, 168. And he already been a champion at 175 and went against to fight Bivol. Like, he got to cover all that ground. The other day I said, the Canelo Alvarez got the more responsibility than any other great fighter in the history of the sport of boxing, because ain't nobody had that type of responsibility. Ain't nobody had that type of responsibility. Not Floyd Mayweather, not Oscar De La Hoya, not Manny Pacquiao. Nobody had that type of responsibility. Damn, I got to cover all this ground. I got to fight the best 147. Y'all going to shame me with the best 147, and y'all going to shame me with the best ones, with the potential number one contender at 168 as well. Golly. Damn, nobody got to do nothing. I got to do it all. Ain't nobody got to at least do 40% of what I've done. At least 50% of what I've done. Wow. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. But it is what it is. That's where we at in the sport of boxing now, man. And Gervonta Davis, ain't nobody saying, move up in there to be great. Fight Teofimo Lopez. Ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody shaming him. Because with Gervonta Davis, just an illusion. He's knocking everybody else out, so he already going there. He's already winning. He's already going to win. I ain't never seen nobody do nothing. Basically, I'm talking about, when I say nothing, I'm talking about in comparison to the other great fighters in the sport. In the pound-for-pound fighters right now. He hasn't done what Bam Rodriguez has done, or put himself in a position where that is a 50-50 fight, or maybe he's the underdog like he did with Estrada, Cuadras, Rumvasad. Shout out to Bam Rodriguez. He didn't put himself in a position to Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez took care of his dirty work because it was supposed to be Gervonta Davis to fight Vasily Lomachenko years ago. He haven't even done what Devin Haney done. Hasn't done. Look at the resume. Alexander Usyk. Ino Uwe, the 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed. You understand what I'm trying to say? This guy hasn't done anything in terms of the elite fighters. He's not putting in the work. He's not setting the tone. Anybody, he put bust to the seat. And I like Gervonta Davis. I like his skills and talent. I believe that he got a special talent. Haven't done anything special, but I do believe he got special talent. And now he's 30 years old. It's like, what are you waiting for, man? You the A side, so you got to give me the type of fights. You the A side, so you got a responsibility and accountability, but ain't nobody giving him that. Crazy. But hopefully they get signed. But you know what? There's so many good things happening in the sport of boxing. Gervonta Davis, you can do whatever you want to do. As a matter of fact, I believe that Jake Paul has done more for the sport of boxing. I think that Jake Paul has been more impactful in boxing than Gervonta Davis. He's been more impactful. You get the word impactful. Also later this year, one of the matchups, one of my favorite matchups, ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Serrano, the 7th Division World Champion, undisputed, going to be gunning for her can you imagine Amanda Serrano, the 7th Division World Champion, 2 Division undisputed, most decorated fighter in the history of the sport of boxing versus Katie Taylor, one of the most decorated champions in the history of the sport of boxing. 2 trailblazers. It's one thing about this, just one trailblazer, but Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, 2 trailblazer, is the GWOAT versus the GWOAT. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano in November on the co-main event of Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul is going to be wonderful. I wish the rematch was in Madison Square Garden again, because for real, I keep on saying it. It is nothing. Now, those are the real women in boxing, all right? That's the real women in boxing. Not that Ike Turner the Olympic. These are the real women in boxing. Don't let that weirdo overshadow real women, real modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for pure entertainment, that has worked hard to put themselves in position. Not like this other weirdo out there in the Olympics. Now these are the real women. These are the real greats. Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. Can't wait to see that fight, baby. And they look good. And they pretty. And they're ladies. But yeah, man, it's good. It's good, y'all. It's good. Boxing is good. Been a roller coaster. Boxing is good. Boxing is good. Well, you're going to see what's going to transpire. We're going to see how Devin Haney going to come back. We're going to see how Ryan Garcia is going to continue his career. Shakur Stevenson, Jose Cepeda. I mean, that's something I agree that Turki Alalshikh said. I don't want to see Shakur Stevenson versus Cepeda, and I already speak to Oscar de la Hoya, and I think that fight is going to happen. I want to see that fight. But let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all already know, man. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. This is Punch Drunk Boxing. Another episode of Punch Drunk Boxing. Y'all already know, man. Please subscribe and share the episode on your social media platform, on X, formerly known as Twitter, on your IG, on your TikTok, on whatever, on Rumble, everywhere. Love y'all. Y'all already know the motto. God first, everything second. Fight plus survive equals you champions. We're brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of the Most High. The best investment that you can make in your life is have God in your heart and build that relationship so you can live forever, ever in the kingdom of heaven. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.